In today's video, we are going to be addressing, should I make any improvements to my investment property before I rent it out? What an awesome question to ask, because oftentimes when this particular question is tabled, it's tabled together with so that I can charge more rent, right? And I find that they're mutually exclusive. And this is the reason why. When I make improvements in my investment property, I need to be able to understand the type of improvement that could possibly set my particular property investment apart from my neighbors. So welcome to my channel. My name is Genevieve Stafford Jack, and in today, as shared, we'll be tackling, should I make any improvements to my investment property before renting it out? What I find is that when we make improvements to our property, oftentimes we do it from an emotional point of view. Red is such a beautiful color. Pink just sets this apart. Orange does this, and purple does that. Are you anything like me? That's how I did improvements when I had my initial unit, because I stayed there before renting it out. So I want to hear from you in the comments. Did you make improvements based on where you are and your likes and your dislikes? Drop for me down in the comment. Yes, that's how I've made improvements. Or no, I did not make improvements based on that. You see what I find in property investing? When you put any improvements in your property, they should really just be something that is unique to the area. Because this is how I've gone about within the property investing journey, saying, should I make improvements? I go and I start stalking, a little bit of stalking. Yeah, I said it. I will go and find out in the same block or in the same the townhouse complex, to see all the other places that are up for rent. I go in there, view it as if I'm going to stay there, and I see what people are doing, right? And then I go back to mine and I like, well, my unit is on a functional level. So if I'm going to change anything, I should actually put something extra in that's going to lure my future tenants. Something like, what if you are renting out to young professionals? What if you put a washing machine in, right? And these are young professionals that are just leaving home, so that they can come with whatever furniture, and they're going to find a washing machine and potentially a microwave oven. And if you ask yourself, is that an improvement, an actual physical improvement to the property? Not necessarily, because it's something movable, right? So when you have that in your property, over a very short period of time, you can make that money back, and then later on start banking that extra money that's going to come in. In today's world, where are we in the middle of this pandemic? How many people are working from home? So instead of me going to put fancy taps, a special color on the wall, because I think blue just brings out the wonders of my investment property, I would rather put a Wi-Fi unit. Why? Because this is what's going to enable people to work from my unit, right? Or to work from my property. Therefore, they're going to see it as something lucrative. You could even work it out on a hotel style. A hotel style is, they will have X amount of data available for you on a daily basis. If your tenants need more data than that, your tenants will then be able to purchase that data from you. But what could be lucrative to them is like, I get a gig for free. I need to consider this gig for free. And a gig is just an example. So I would look at putting improvements like that that are going to attract the actual tenant that I'm wanting to get into my property, or rather the attributes of the tenant. Knowing that very well that you got young professionals, you want to manage your Wi-Fi consumption, so therefore you put some restrictions and you also give a lot. So you have to balance out the scales. But would I paint? Yes, to get it up to functional level and looking pretty. However, I will go on colors like beige, magnolia, white. Because in the real estate world, we were taught that BMW ticks all the boxes, and those are kind of neutral colors where somebody comes in and they actually feel like, oh, this place is homely. But if I am going to do any sort of tiling, I'm not going to go and get the best tile under the sun. I'm going to go get the most functional tile under the sun. So I trust that this particular video has helped you actually see what sort of improvements should I look for. You may even want to consider, should I go and I get curtains? I would go and not think twice on going to get curtains from somewhere like At Home or Mr. Price, or one of the economical shops, right? That will You'll be able to get good decent curtains that are durable, opposed to going to get designer curtains, because those designer curtains are not going to allow you to bump up the rent. It's not going to allow you to say, I want this type of a tenant opposed to that type of a tenant. Somebody's just going to come in, and if they don't like your designer curtains, they may want to ask you, can you take it down, box it, so that we can put our personal touch into this particular property. So today's video is short and to the point, and I trust that just thinking about what improvements you could make in your property, think about how would you lure your tenants, your type of tenant that you are after, into your property. How best could you say to your tenant without saying it out loud, I've got something special that my neighbors don't have. So take good care, be safe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's episode.